But for now, this reporter prays that Mad Matt can be found before he kills again. Kills again? He hasn't killed once. Shouldn't we be out there trying to find him? Don't worry, he'll show up here sooner or later to finish off Ned. Then we'll have Natty back.
Childhood.
I needed those. I really did.
Which is proof means death for us all.
Up yours, children.
Why does mine look like that? And we never did.
Welcome to your favourite podcast about your old favourite show. It is No Kids Doing Money, a Simpsons podcast through the lens of time. I am one half of your host, Ned.
And I'm Matt.
And over there with his terribly cropped webcam,
I'm tiny. Hello, I'm small.
Whittle Keeks.
Whittle Keegs.
A whittle's what I keep.
That joke is automatically better than anything we saw in season 21 today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck. That was painful.
Yeah. It was, what's worse than poo?
I don't know. Being bludgeoned in the fucking face with a blunt object.
Tap bum.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty
Runny-
bad.
runny bum.
Yeah.
Burning gonorrhea. Like, so many things would have been more pleasurable experience than another Mo episode in a matter of 2 weeks.
Agreed.
And like 100% at this period of time, we're not still waylaid by, oh, this is an animation issue, so these are the way that like, this is the way that this thing got like spaced out. It's like, no, you are that out of ideas that we needed to have 2 Mo episodes in a period of 2 weeks, both of which were fucking terrible.
We'll wait.
So let's like look at a 3-week span here. We had a Mo episode, horrendous. Sideshow Bob episode, best of the season. Another Mo episode, pile of shit.
Yeah.
Where's the common denominator there?
We'll wait till we get to the episode to talk about it more because I feel like we've got some words and no words at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, I've got some words.
Let's start with a good episode.
Well, yeah, but what do we have in store for the people this week? For starters.
We have season 3, episode 9, season 11, episode 21, and the last episode of season 21, episode 23.
Right.
It only gets worse from here.
Yes.
I can't imagine how it gets worse. Like, is it going to get worse?
I'll find a way.
Or is it like, is this as bad as it gets? I'm afraid to find out.
Stay tuned to find out, folks.
I don't know, they're going to start like talking about Roblox or something, and that's just like...
Oh, man. You're right.
There is an actual episode.
Severe lack of cock jokes.
No cock through line.
Marge! Marge!
What?
You don't have any hobbies, do you, boy?
No, not really.
Well, that's what I... Wait a minute, what are you doing?
Building a soapbox derby racer.
Oh, that's a hobby.
Hey, so it is.
Oh my God, I don't know jack about my boy. I'm a bad father.
You're also fat.
I'm also fat.
All right. When you start us off with season 3, episode 9.
Titled Saturdays of Thunder. Synopsis reads, after taking a fatherhood quiz.
Right, it is too. I just wrote soapbox derby.
I read that because you told me that. And I looked at the synopsis. I'm like, that's not the title of the
It's a
episode.
soapbox derby.
After taking a fatherhood quiz, Homer realizes that he knows nothing about Bart, and in the result, strives to be a better father after learning that Bart is one of the racers in the soapbox derby. Their entry is not very good, so Bart decides to drive Martin Prince's much nicer on a roller. Was that what it was called?
The honor roller?
Yeah. Thought so. But that just confused me because the Bible bashing bowling team was also called the Honor Rollers.
Holy rollers.
Oh.
I just remember it's called the Honor Roller because it's a car you can have in Simpsons Hit and Run.
It's Bart's car, yeah.
Yeah, it's the first car you get with him.
And it's probably the best one.
It's quick.
Actually, no, Lisa's car is actually like faster. The Electorus or whatever it is. That thing fucking flies.
Great game. Homer
Simpsons predicting the future again. Electric cars are usually faster these days.
and they don't like water.
Yeah. Hello, I'm an electric car.
I don't go very fast.
Or very far. And if you drive me, people will think you're gay. One of us. One of us.
What did that car say? I don't know. It's something about being gay. Homer is at first devastated, but decides that he must be a good father and support Bart. Bart later goes on to win the race.
Yes, he does.
In hands.
Alrighty. I'm assuming you got 3 quotes?
2.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll start us off. There's 2 words. McBain. Yes. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah. Just the stereotypical blank stare into space.
And I only kind of realized after the fact that it's like, oh, they're trying to make fun of Schwarzenegger for being a shit actor because he is.
Yeah. But he's so good.
He is.
I love that.
Contextually.
Yeah. Acting, not so much, but
Yeah.
just the person and enigma that he is.
Yes.
Yeah.
But just, yeah, the fact, like, just that, yeah, that Austrian, German, flatline fucking delivery of everything that he ever says.
Yeah.
There's barely any emotion in most of his acting.
Yeah. And in that moment when fucking Scully's just been shot to death.
Yeah.
And he's about to...
It's from like 10 different angles, and like it cuts to all these, like there's like a scene from the kitchen, then from outside, then it's through a keyhole, then it's under a chair.
Yeah.
You can like see the chair legs in the frame.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good. That's like we get the classic Mendoza.
Yeah.
After that.
And I'm sure you know this, but if you like, that's actually a movie. Did you know that?
Rain clip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you put all the McBain clips together, it actually has like a conclusive plot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think up to a certain point, because obviously they stop them after a certain point in time and just make him some random sort of side character.
Yeah.
But yeah, all those earlier season little clips, if you put them all one after the other, makes like a little short film. Yeah.
It's on YouTube. I have watched that. I think my favorite McBain clip ever is when he's like in a fucking aircraft carrier of some sort and he's like throwing shit out and then he jumps off and his clothes tear off first as he's falling and then he catches on fire like he's entering the atmosphere. That was my display picture on Instagram for fucking like 10 years.
I don't even recall that. I don't recall him on fire. I recall him throwing shit out of the plane. Because he's throwing something ridiculous out of the plane, isn't it?
They're like pallets of shit.
It's like UNICEF, like
Yeah.
relief pallets or something. Yeah.
Yeah, but the item itself is something so not useful. I can't remember what it is. It's just something that you would not drop in a war-torn country to help them with famine and, you know. Yes.
Help!
My first quote.
Oh, fuck. Damn it.
I fucking love trains! Whoa!
My first quote is, "He reminds me of me before the weight of the world crushed my spirit." This was after like Homer started spending time with Bart, and like Homer's sort of regaling on all the things that he's just done, like while he's laying in bed with Marge.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, just like, yeah, what humans do go through. I feel like that's a lot of the scenes and the quotes that I choose is just what I can relate to real life, I guess.
Whereas mine's just straight autism. All right, so like we spoke about in the context, like Homer does like a fathership quotient quiz or whatever the fuck it is to, you know, find out how good of a father he is, which is an absolute bullshit metric to
4
go
questions.
by. Yeah, it's 5 or something. Is it 4 or 5 questions? I can't remember exactly how many it is, but anyway, he does the test. These people turn up like they're taking him to an insane asylum, which is actually, I didn't really think about that through line. Marge gets committed in the next episode. So they run up in their lab coats and they're like dragging Homer to the car. And he's like, "Bye, Bart." Bill's like, "Hey, Bart, I think they're finally hauling your dad away." Just the fact that he says finally, like it's so ingrained in all of these children that Homer is just a fucking insane human that it's like, oh, okay, I knew this was going to happen at some point in time. Surprised it took this long. All right, what's your second quote?
"But Dad, you taught me to win. When did I ever teach you that? I don't know. I picked it up somewhere."
That was my third quote. Just such a fucking, like, I don't know how to describe it.
It's just probably like a life lesson that everyone learns at some point, and Bart has somehow stumbled upon it without Homer ever doing anything. TV.
No, I would more say that it's like kind of a backwards life lesson because really, like, that's not something that you should be teaching kids.
No.
Like, you always taught me to win.
Mm.
But Homer doesn't even balk at the fact that, like, it sort of plays into the whole thing of him just being a bit of a, like not absent father because he is always there, but just one that doesn't pay attention. It sort of also like falls back into the theme of last episode of him sort of ignoring Lisa while she's taking her first steps, saying her first words and those kind of things. Like he doesn't take a, like any other normal parent would take a backward step at that point and go, hang on, that's not the right lesson or that's not the right moral to have. Whereas he just blows past it straight away and goes, when did I ever teach you that?
Yeah, because he was upset that like Bart didn't want to keep building the soapbox racer together.
Yeah.
So maybe it just came out in sort of like jealousy, maybe.
To a point, yeah, because like the second half of this episode is like it's focused on Bart, but it's really, I don't know, Bart's like the, I don't know how to describe it, like the object for the narrative really, whereas like the actual like emotional conclusion that you come to is through Homer, of him sort of realizing over that arc that he doesn't pay attention to his son and that he needs to have a closer relationship with him.
Yeah.
And then him acting the way that he does throughout that middle part is just a symptom of, you know, like you said, jealousy or feeling dejected and not wanted.
Yeah. He's used to
that. So that's all your...
Huh?
Oh, I don't know. I thought you were showing me something. The way your hand moved for a second, I was like, huh? Don't hit me.
Hey, what are you doing? You're not a pilot. I know every pilot in the world.
All right, so moments.
Mm-hmm.
I've got 3. How many you got?
I've got one scene.
Okay, then. So I've got somebody throwing a chair at Dr. Nick for his outrageous prices.
Yeah, that was great.
It's just fucking fantastic. Like he literally,
Troy, how can I possibly go any lower?
somebody just pegs a fucking chair at him. Like that's the reaction to make to something being too expensive.
Yeah.
Wonder if we could get away with that.
It should be
Fucking
the reaction
chair
to
at
something being
someone.
too expensive.
Yeah, you don't just pay it.
What was I yelling about the other day? About fucking the treasurer was on the news talking about how, this is like, you know,
least inflation.
yeah, the least inflation that we've had in such a long time. And it's like, how about none, cunt?
Yeah. Yeah.
How about
Please.
no one's getting pay rises and you're making everything more expensive?
Yeah.
You're going to be real confused in 5 years when everybody rises up and burns Parliament House to the fucking ground. Why is this happening? I wonder.
Yeah.
People won't do that. They're too passive and stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, over here anyway.
Yeah.
All right, my next one is, so once again, Homer just being a completely fucking, what was the word that I used? Not absent, but just not paying attention. He's just nonchalant as a father.
He's just not present at all. And that seems to
But
be like
that's
a
the-
common thing between all of these episodes about him like needing to be more attentive with his kids. Is that he's just not present.
I feel like that needs to be expanded upon, though. He's mentally not present because physically he's always there.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Most of the time.
Obviously, that's what I mean. It's like that he's mentally not present
Just
and not paying attention.
Hey, man, I'm just trying to give everyone context, all right? Some concrete to listen to the show, okay? You need to spell it out.
Good point. Good point.
What's he saying?
I'll take a Q, an X, another Q, and the Batman.
A third cue. Yeah,
People
so
that really annoy you.
can't remember where he's going at the start of the episode. He's going somewhere, but he's walking out to the car and Bart's like welding in the garage. As a 10-year-old boy, obviously, A, shouldn't be using a welder by himself. But Homer walks past and goes, Bart, you can't weld with such a little flame.
And his welding mask up.
I was about to say, he's got his welding mask up, so he's giving himself permanent fucking eye damage.
Yeah.
Like, all you have to do is look at a welder spark for like a second and it could fuck your vision forever.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So, yeah, to be doing that is just fucking insane. And then he just tells him he needs a bigger flame and then walks off.
It's hilarious that later in the episode they're both welding together, both with their face shields up.
I didn't think about that.
Homer's got a cigar as well.
and then,
puts the flame down next to like a gasoline tank.
yeah, he does.
Yeah. So good.
Which makes no sense because gas like that has nothing to do with welding. But anyway.
No, exactly.
Why don't you tell me your scene before I go to my third one, which isn't a scene, it's just a thing that happened throughout the episode.
Right. BC related.
Yes.
Yeah. So my scene is like the Fatherhood Institute scene. So like Homer calls up this place after failing the fatherhood quiz and says he got 0 questions correct, and they're like gasping at how the fuck did he manage to do that?
Yep.
And Homer goes into this place and there's like what's it called? There's like simulations of like father and son doing things together instead of actually just going out and doing them. So there's like a simulation of like 2 people like in a diving thing, or like 2 people reading together or whatever. And then the guy that runs the institute has his son working there. And then the guy that works there hands Homer the fatherhood book produced by Bill Cosby. And we're like, oh God, this aged like fucking off milk.
Oh, dude, there's so many references in this episode. It's fucked.
Cosby sweaters all around.
Yeah, well, like my third moment was Cosby, but I'll just move into my rule of threes and running jokes. Like, Cosby is mentioned 3 times on top of the fact that when Martin crashes his derby racer and goes to the hospital, Hibbert is wearing a Cosby sweater.
Yeah.
It's like, when has he, like, there's never been, obviously it's because Cosby was mentioned earlier in the episode and he was still, popular and...
And it was probably like Hibbert was at the races as well, and he's come into the hospital specifically to help Martin.
That would make sense.
He's not in proper
contextually.
outfits,
Yeah, but just, it's one of those things. It's like, you can't, if you were to remove all of those lines and instances from this episode, it would feel weird.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't play well in this day and age.
No. We've talked about before the amount of things that they censor in certain countries from The Simpsons, and like episodes they don't want to play here, yet they still play all these Cosby moments, all these Hitler moments, all the Walt Disney moments. Like,
True, the Walt Disney moments are like...
Jesus.
Yeah.
How do they draw a line in the sand and miss all of that? And then all the really, really misplaced, like, things that are happening currently in the world that still littered themselves through the later seasons of The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Which we'll touch on later.
We'll get onto later. Because holy fuck.
Yeah.
It's a fucking minefield though, bro. It's like...
Oh, yeah. Like, you can't get rid of everything.
Yeah.
Especially, if you've made thousands of episodes of a show, something is going to come up.
Yeah.
But it just seems to be happening way too frequently.
And at the right time for us to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I've got.
Well, my other rule of 3 in running jokes is like the other one that you mentioned of the things that Homer has built. He's like, I built plenty of things around this house. The spice rack, it's falling apart. The bird feeder, there's just a bird crushed in it. And the jamboree. Maggie slides down the fucking slide, gets caught on a nail, and the only reason she doesn't die is because she gets caught on the hangnail.
Yeah.
Because otherwise the whole thing would have just fallen on her.
Yeah. So good.
Which, also, another neglectful parent moment, because pretty sure he was like left with all the kids at home at that point in time. Marge had gone somewhere to like shopping or some shit. Yeah. So Maggie is just out the back playing on a rickety fucking playset by herself.
Yeah. Got to make her own fun.
Yeah.
Reviews?
Well, I've got a cultural reference.
Okay.
If you haven't got one written down.
No.
And I'm surprised they didn't pick up on it.
There was probably heaps. I just like glazed over it. There was probably too many and I couldn't be fucked.
You've seen Grease, haven't you?
Yeah.
You remember the last race? Like the final race, the whole pinnacle point in the movie? Whatever the bad guy with the black car with the flames on the side. He has these things on his wheels.
Oh, yeah.
That are like spikes, essentially, that dig into like Zuko's car or whatever the fuck it is. And Nelson has those on the side of his soapbox derby racer. Press the autism button.
Do we have an autism button?
I fucking love trains.
I fucking love trains! Whoa!
Thank you. Which one's the autism button? They all do autism.
I thought it was this one.
That's the other one. The one at the bottom.
Yeah, this one?
Yell at the big rat, because he's the big rat, which inevitably results in mass genocide, which is what a rabbit would do. You're such an idiot. It's
all right. DVD movie guides. Colin Jacobson, who listed the episode as one of his favorites from season 3, said that on the surface, Saturdays of Thunder essentially just rehashes the theme of the previous episode, Lisa's Pony, in which Homer tries to be a better father for Lisa. Jacobson commented that Saturdays of Thunder, however, simply seems funnier than Lisa's pony. The soapbox derby elements provide lots of great gags. It offers a great episode.
So he's a sexist. That's what it is.
We've uncovered you, Colin. Now all you have to do is come onto the show and prove your worth.
You're not a sexist. I know every sexist in the world.
All right, now
That's like, there could have been so many other complex reasons as to why you were like a contrarian and shit like that. But the fact that it's come down to this episode's about a woman, I don't like it, is pathetic. You should be ashamed of yourself.
where is that?
You have a small pee-pee.
Oh, it's just like you feel insecure as a man and you need to take that out on a fucking animated 8-year-old. That's real fucking tough for you, man.
I fucking love trains! Whoa! Whoa!
What a guy. Pillar of a community.
I just fucking love trains, dude.
Are you doing a chat GPT or? Okay.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right. So let's see what it comes up with. It's thinking. So I wrote, can you give me a review on all the reviews Colin Jacobson has done for The Simpsons? It's got it in like segmented season forms.
Oh.
Okay, so season 1. Jacobson initially found the series unremarkable but acknowledged its growing appeal in later seasons. Season 2, he praised 3 Men in a Comic Book for its character development and satirical tone, considering it one of the standout episodes of the season. And then there's nothing until season 6.
Whoa.
Right.
He's basically shitting on all of these season 3 episodes, except for this one, apparently.
Yeah.
Even though it was exactly the same as last week's. He said it in his own fucking
He's
words.
got a personal blog called Colin's Review.
Oh, okay.
We'll see you there, mate.
We'll be frequenting that. Ready for some very targeted hate mail?
Yeah, that's it. There was a couple of other reviews mixed in with that, but Nathan Robbins writes, if Saturdays of Thunder is formulaic, that's probably because at this point this show was operating at such a high level that it didn't need a constant influx of new ideas to remain vital. It was so good that the writers and producers could get a little cocky and formulaic. They could get away with the climactic big hug undercut by the closing sneer because at that point the show didn't need to be blindingly original to be something close to perfect. He adds, I love the resigned, reflective way Bart says maybe it's for the best when informed that they're finally hauling his father away, as if he'd been secretly anticipating that moment for years.
See, this is what I mean. It's like that guy, like, you can tell from the language in that he didn't even particularly think this was a great episode. But he still gave objective points and quotes and stuff like that, as opposed to just, this is bad.
Yeah.
8 out of 10.
Proper reviewer gives context as to why they think anything's A, good or bad.
Proper reviewer does a review,
Yeah.
not a fucking aggrandized synopsis, as opposed to what that other cunt does. And he wouldn't even say that because he gives zero context to anything. He just says this episode is bad because of these fucking convoluted reasons I made up in my own mind.
9 out of 10.
And I'm a sexist. That won't get cut out of context.
It's the kind I like!
All right, final thoughts. Man, I hate Patty and Selma. Sure, Homer isn't a good father, but he's still around compared to some and does have a genuine love for his kids. A perfect representation of people whose lives suck and their only escape is to put other people down. Colin. Homer realizes by the end that he has to be the adult in the situation, even though his feelings are really hurt.
Yeah, that's like pointed out by when Bart is going to the final race with Martin's car and Homer's lying on the lounge, basically refusing to go.
Yeah.
And like Bart's even got something to smooth the deal over, like the hat with the 2 beers in it. Like Bart as a child knows that, okay, Dad's upset about something. How can I make him feel better and want to come?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things, like, it's a nice sort of little bit of character development for Homer to sort of, like he's allowed to feel that way because he's essentially been told by his, son that I don't want you around. I don't want you to fucking help me. I'm going to go and do this by myself, even though we spent this period of time working on it together and had a, like a nice relationship forming moment. But like I said, he realizes at the end of the day that he's the adult in the situation and he needs to come through for his son.
Yeah. That's it.
All right.
You summer! Don't mess with me! I've got jimmies!
They can only see a horrible rainbow!
Shut up, Becky! There, I finally said it.
Season 11, episode 21. Yeah.
21.
Nah, fuck, I'll just keep going.
All right. This one is titled It's a Mad, Mad Marge. Synopsis reads, Otto dumps his fiancée Becky at the altar, leaving her to become the Simpsons' latest house guest, prompting Marge to go insane when Patty and Selma scare Marge with thoughts of Becky replacing Marge as wife and mother. Meanwhile, Springfield Elementary gives Bart's 4th grade class video cameras after slashing geography out of the budget, and Bart sets out to create a movie.
I wouldn't even really consider that as a side plot, but I suppose it is kind of thing. And actually, yeah, now that I think about it, it's kind of nice how they do make that a side plot for a little bit, but then converge it at the end with the main story. Everything is wrapped up in a...
Oh, I see. Then everything is wrapped up in a neat little package.
I go to say things sometimes and I'm like, no, we got a button for that.
Literally the point.
You got 3?
2.
Okay, I'll start us off. So right at the start of the episode, or relatively towards the start of the episode, Otto's waiting for Becky to turn up to the wedding, and his parents are there, and they're obviously his dad's in a military outfit, so they're obviously very strict kind of thing, giving off the idea that Otto's just a drug-fucked moron that drives a bus for the local elementary school. He's got nothing going on with his life. So his dad goes, son, your mother and I don't approve of this marriage, just as we haven't approved of anything in your life to date. And he's like, well, I'm just glad you came. And he's like, we're leaving. They just walk off.
Yeah. I came just to say that.
Legit.
It's very similar to Jacqueline Bouvier.
Yeah. I didn't think about that.
This one was a quote from Becky, and I liked it just because of how anti-Marge it is in general. Marge would never... what's the word? I'll say the quote and then I'll think of it. So this comes from Becky. You can learn a lot from your kids if you just listen to them.
Oh, yeah.
This was when Marge was going shopping and...
Just essentially telling Marge she's not a good mother.
Yeah.
You're bad at being a parent.
Yeah. And for someone just out of the blue to come in and do that, and they're in your house living there and to openly say that, it's just very... not Marge.
Well, I didn't really think of it, but if you relate it to the previous episode as well, it's Marge and Homer are kind of going through the same thing in both episodes. They're feeling rejected by their children or replaced by another person or object in their children's lives.
Yeah.
Which breeds insecurity.
Yeah, 100%.
My next quote is, so after Marge is starting to lose her shit about Becky being around and stealing her family and stuff like that, she goes to Chief Wiggum and tries to say I think she's trying to kill me or something like that. Yeah. Is there anything you can do? And he's just like, no. Oh fuck! I should have written more context. He says something to the effect of oh no. He says that they can't do anything, and she's like, oh what? You can't do anything until I'm dead? And he's like, no, dying. He's like, just show me the knife in your back. Not too deep, but it should be able to stand up by itself.
The worst police officer of all time.
The worst.
Yeah.
As we said, he was sleeping driving a car in the fucking season 21 episode last week.
And I think, what's the quote? There was an episode where the cop shop just keeps getting calls about something happening, and he hangs the phone up at one point and says, can anyone just take the law into their own hands?
Yeah.
Completely vacating his post as chief.
I'm just going to drink this warm cream.
All right. My last quote is when Marge sort of encounters them all at the ice cream shop.
Yep.
And she's like, don't mess with me. I've got Jimmy. And throws a handful of sprinkles at them.
All I see is a terrible rainbow.
All I can see is a horrible rainbow. Yeah. That's the line from the clerk that works there. And there was also a through line from the season 3 episode last week when Homer's making it up to Lisa by ordering her the Mount Bellyache.
Yep.
And she eats one bite of it. I'm done. This one, it comes out and it's called the Ark, and it looks exactly like the Mount Bellyache.
But yeah, just the fact that there was a through line between like how often does the ice cream shop show up? Not only how often does it show up, how often does it show up, and there's just a giant pile of ice cream there.
The only other one I can think of off the top of my head is when Bart goes in to get his birthday sundae and it comes out in like an egg cup.
That's right.
Eat it and get out. Oh. Not until you finish your sundae.
What's wrong with my Sundays?
Oh.
Um,
Now I want a hot fudge sundae.
I've got one more quote on that. I haven't got anything else until the through lines.
Mm-hmm. I'll read you loud and clear.
So later on in the episode, after Marge has been like convicted of trying to kill Becky and then escapes, she goes to the library to try and like dig up dirt on Becky.
Yep.
Goes through all of these like news articles and turns out she's just a really good person, does a bunch of shit for her community. And she says something to the effect of like, maybe I am crazy. I mean, I am sitting here in a library talking to myself. And then it pans next to her, a mole man sitting there and he's like, you are? I thought I'd made a friend.
Yeah. Wasn't in shot at all.
Never.
Yeah. Amazing.
It was just so fucking well used.
Yeah. I've got one scene written down. So it's after Marge has been declared insane, essentially, and she looks over at the window and it looks like there's like a story or two.
Oh, yep.
And like she jumps out the window and it's like ground level.
Stands back up, just like, I'm not crazy. Runs off.
Runs away. And then to hide from the people that she knows are going to try and catch her.
Oh, yeah.
She's like behind a building at first and peers out and there's like two guys in like scrubs holding like big nets. Like, of all things. And then she sees like a marching band coming and picks up the two bin lids and starts like clapping. And all the dudes in the marching band have similar hair. And then it shows the banner of what they're marching for, and it's going directly into the insane asylum.
She goes in and the gates close, and then she jumps back out.
Yeah, so stupid. And then like one other little bit was just when Krusty makes like a whole bit out of Marge being insane, and there's like a clearly cut out version of her mouth talking.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And then after that scene, it goes to the Mad Marge dances. And they're all like in straight jackets and bouncing off each other. I've always remembered that scene quite vividly.
Well, I remember the first one quite vividly only because like that used to... remember watching Rove Live back in the day?
Yeah.
When Kevin Rudd was president and he used to do that all the time?
Being a Mad Marge dancer.
No. When Kevin Rudd was president, he used to get a photo of his head and put someone else's lips like there and just make him say stupid shit. Yeah.
President?
Like, yeah, when he was prime minister. Did I say president? Yeah,
Twice.
sorry.
Andy! Oi!
All right, so, yeah, 2 through lines. Have you got any cultural references or anything?
There was a bunch, but I, again, couldn't be bothered writing them down.
Okay.
Very significant. They're all like very small snippets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we only bother with those when it's like really
When
fucking...
it's not as obvious.
Yes.
I think there's only one really obvious one in this episode. It's just like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and it's referenced in like fucking 20-something other episodes.
Yeah. Same with The Godfather.
Yeah.
When?
When she goes into the insane asylum.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Yeah, what do you mean? She goes in and then climbs back out. She doesn't actually go inside.
Yeah, I know, but it's like...
Is that a...
Yeah, it's literally just like a reference.
Oh,
to that.
okay.
Yeah. It's what the whole movie's about.
Okay, fair enough.
A nuts hole.
Hey, what are you doing? You're not a pilot. I know every pilot in the world.
It's like she doesn't even go in there.
She
No, it doesn't.
Technically.
She technically goes in and then just leaves
I put it there.
immediately.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. Through line. So Patty and Selma are occurring 2 episodes back to back. Is like kind of a rare occurrence.
Yeah.
And kind of both used in the... I don't know. Maybe I feel like now that I think about it, they're kind of always used in the same context of like being somebody that Marge just vents to.
Yeah.
Generally, even like in whatever situation they're placed in, whether they're like there physically at their house for some reason or whether they're like showing them vacation photos or whether Marge has gone to see them, that generally seems to be their like place in the show.
Yeah. Sort of like what family can be used for instead of visiting a therapist is airing your problems to them and finding a resolution that way.
Yes, but they are the worst two people that you could possibly bounce ideas off because they just
hate Homer.
they just hate Homer for no fucking reason.
But it's also like how those characters should be used.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like they're just in there to like set up a plot that like, you know, Marge is insane or like they hate Homer and it's like that's it.
Yeah.
Should never have like exposited on their characters ever.
Which I was about to say. I don't think they do, but yeah, they do.
They do. No, there's like a handful of like good ones. Like that second Sideshow Bob episode, I think is good.
Yeah.
The one where the last episode with Phil Harmon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, with Mayor Quimby. The first episode with Mayor Quimby.
Oh yeah.
And Ralph.
Yep, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And my second one is Ned's doctor, like the psychiatrist that he goes and sees when he goes insane.
Yeah.
And
smacking his ass the whole summer or
yes.
the whole year.
It's so
Oh,
good.
wait.
It's so good.
Wait, I'm thinking of someone different, aren't I? Am I?
You're thinking of
No, it's the same doctor, isn't it?
the judge that was on the panel.
Yeah,
wearing
he's a
Marge's
doctor,
name.
but it's the same. Yeah, it's the same guy that like spanks him, but then like takes him into the insane asylum at the end, right?
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, okay, that's strange. They used his earlier character model because he's aged in that episode. The earlier character model is when he's got that like short crew cut, the glasses, he obviously looks younger kind of thing. So they just used that character again.
Yeah.
But I feel like they fucked up because it's supposed to be a reference because the doctor next to him is that, what's her actual name? All I can think of her as Lowenstein.
Wyatt.
My name is Wyatt. Yes. So she is also there. And then they've just got some other random guy to their left. Yeah. So there's those two. You want to hit us with some reviews before I do final thoughts?
Yep. We've got one review.
Who's it from?
While reviewing the 11th season of The Simpsons, DVD Movie Guide's Colin Jenkins commented, unusually mad provides a pretty unusually mad. That's not the title of the episode, but whatever.
So he can't even get that right.
No. Unusually Mad provides a pretty concise focus on only one story. The lead bit with Otto directly leads to the Marge plot and it doesn't go off on the usual tangents. And it works pretty well. Mad isn't the most inspired tale, but it does fine for itself.
Did he... So he fucked up the title. Then he abbreviated his fuck up.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ, man.
He's got so much stuff to do, man.
Does he...
But it's also like
Doesn't have time to leave a
what
complete
is that
review.
review? Like 2
Yeah,
sentences?
literally.
And it doesn't say what he likes about the episode. It just says the mechanics of it. There was a story at the start. Then they make that story go into the other story. 8 out of 10. That's what you just said.
Yeah, there's no rating.
It's
here, but
nothing.
I agree. It would probably be an 8
Fuck me dead.
for him anyway.
You could give a 4-year-old a writing pad and they would come up with a more conclusive argument as to why they didn't like the episode. They would give you a reason. There's no reasoning there.
Ding-a-ling.
Fucking so terrible. Anyway, final thoughts. As somebody who's lived through ultimatum situations, I completely side with Otto on the original scene.
Where he has to choose between...
something he's dedicated his entire life to, or this bitch that's giving him a fucking decision.
Matt loves root. Keeks loves cameras.
Not offensive. Not me.
Everyone beware of Ned's slanders.
Not a slander if I'm talking about my own problems.
Oh, I see.
It's more just the way you said it. This thing that I love, oh, this bitch.
Anyway, once again, another episode of somebody a little out of their element like we saw with Lisa last week. Marge going crazy for what eventually becomes no reason is very well done and shows that even the most mild-mannered people can lose it when they're pushed too far.
Yeah.
Because, like, Marge's whole character is this, like...
Just cut it at Marge's hole. And clap sync.
And
Queef hole.
Yeah, Marge's whole character is kind of based around her being the normal one of the family. So it's interesting. Like I said last week, it's nice to see like Lisa being taken out of her element and being shown as a kid. And it's nice to see Marge being taken out of her element as just the even-keeled member of the family and just going fucking nuts and making everybody else look sane by comparison.
Yeah.
Which I think is a real symptom of like that's a real world thing. Like a lot of people that are, you know, just generally like angry or act out all the time don't generally go off as much as those people that do it once every 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to give them a very good reason to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My anger's quite regulated.
Yeah. And as I was telling you the other night, mine is like trickling out slowly now, which is nice.
Yes. That was ominous.
Where'd you go, my little pumpkin eater?
Wow, I can't believe this, Simon. Simon? Huh. Was he really here, or was it just my imagination?
I'm here. My black t-shirt makes me blend into the shadows. I'm here, I'm gone. I'm here, I'm gone. I'm here, I'm gone. I'm here.
I get it. That's your thing.
Cool.
Righty. Season 21, episode 23.
Titled.
That doesn't even begin to cover it.
I fucking love trains!
Judge Me Tender. Synopsis reads, Mo discovers his talent for judging in competitions and is invited to become a judge on the show American Idol. Simon Cowell tells Mo that he has been unlikable at home and advises him to be kinder. When he is nice to the contestants, he becomes unpopular. He discovers that Cowell tricked him and he is removed from the show. Meanwhile, with Mo's bar closed, Homer drives Marge crazy because he starts spending too much time at home. So she advises him to take up golf as a hobby. When she learns that people who golf become addicted, she stops him. So I was reading that properly, but this is worded wrongly.
Doesn't surprise me.
It's technically what happens in the episode, I guess.
Learns that people who golf become addicted. Oh, yeah. That does make sense reading it back.
Yeah, because golf's like heroin, apparently.
I disagree.
It's the joke. It's the joke. Like, addiction is not a term that you should be used for a fucking hobby.
I got offered heroin once and so glad I turned that down.
The fuck, man? Like, anyway, keep going.
That's it.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
What about the third?
Yeah, what about the third really engaging side plot that they had?
That was 2 scenes.
I don't even remember it.
Exactly.
I completely missed the setup scene for it. So then there's a resolution to it, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
Santa's little helper thing.
Yeah.
Of Lisa trying to make Santa's little helper feel better because the dog got a mean thing said to it at the start. So then they scoot each other's asses across the ground midway through the episode.
Yeah. Because
and apparently that was like a
defining moment of the episode.
Yeah.
How good. Let's fucking slob on the knob.
what they want you to think.
Let's waste a minute of animation on this.
Yeah.
What they want you to think is because those 2 scenes were the same scene, right? The dog having like A, some level of consciousness and understanding that people think it's ugly, and B, Mo figuring out that he has a talent for judging. They think that they're smart by going, oh, well, we set up 2 side stories with the same scene, when in reality, all you did was realize that both your other side stories were that fucking bad and just bare of any content that you needed to add in another 2.5 minutes to actually make up the time for the show. So you just put in these other 2 bullshit scenes and go, that's a side story. No, it's not.
Yeah.
The other side story isn't a side story because it has no conflict in the middle. It has like one very, very, very bare scene.
Yeah.
And then it's just concluded. Also the same as the main story, which barely gets fucking explained.
Yeah.
So I don't think either of us have any quotes, scenes, cultural references.
I've got 2 quotes.
Do
and
you?
a scene.
Okay.
So
I'll go.
I thought this was quite good in retrospect. I think it's Dr. Hibbert and Dr. Nick like performing surgery. So Mo's like obviously giving terrible feedback to everyone to try and get a laugh. And he walks into the theater and says like, I've seen better stitching on a football. And then Dr. Nick goes, can I have another corpse? They weren't corpses. Uh-oh. I thought that was like probably the only thing that stood out to me out of the whole episode.
Yeah.
Just like Dr. Nick's negligent behaviors essentially, and not even knowing that the person he's working on is alive.
So the best part of the episode you're saying is something that they established 20 years ago.
Yeah. And it was
Okay.
a 5-second scene.
Yeah.
And then the other one, the quote was, "I love nuts."
Which she doesn't. Yes, we established that.
That person.
And that's only a joke because of, like, that's not the joke that they're making. That's the joke that we made out of it.
We've taken it severely out of context.
Yes.
It
So
was Ellen
we
DeGeneres
made it funny.
saying that she loved nuts.
Yeah.
Which she clearly doesn't.
She loves being nuts.
It's the kind I like.
Does she love nuts? No,
No, it doesn't.
All right, and what's your scene?
It was a scene that really stood out because of how shit it was, and you can usually tell how the episode's going to go from there. So I can't remember the context clearly, but Lisa was in Mo's tavern for some reason talking to Mo, and then Mo says something about having to get his scary face out, and then he makes a scary face in air quotations.
So the whole scene
And I just
is
said, just fuck off and wrap it up already.
yeah, like
Don't even remember this scene.
Mo has like he went over to like a gun rack, essentially implying that he was going to point a gun at. He says they need for an entire rack. He goes over there and it looks like he's going to pull out a gun and point it at everybody to get them out of the bar because he's now going to LA to judge, so he has to close the bar or whatever. Starts flicking the lights. For some reason, unexplainably, Lisa is in the bathroom, comes out with a bunch of like coupons or some shit that she's selling for something. And he starts flicking the lights at her to try and make her go away. And she says that's not going to work on me, essentially implying I'm not a fucking idiot that's scared of a flickering light.
Yeah.
And then his solution to that is to pull out his scary face.
There you go, folks. Really good.
Yeah. Just a real solid level of jokes there.
We don't
A
want to
lot of time went into that one.
Yeah, we don't want to take up any of our own time giving you any more of this episode because it is not worthy of anything.
There's entire rooms of people. It's not just one writer. There is an entire room of people and a consensus that came to the conclusion that that was the best joke to make.
Now, the other joke I really, really like is when Mo is talking to Simon Cowell, and then Mo turns around after like he's being shown all the footage of people saying that he's mean. He's like, "Oh, Simon Cowell, part of my imagination." He's like, "No, I blend into the shadows because of my black shirt," and then proceeds to say, "Look, I'm here," and then not 5 fucking times in a row.
Yeah.
It's like you do it once,
Yeah.
literally do it once, and that's it. The joke is not funny.
Yeah.
You're not Family Guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
As much as you want to be at this point in time.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, just fucking. Oh, I've got 2 through lines, surprisingly. One of them's wholesome. The other one's pretty rough.
Mm-hmm.
So Homer and Bart working on a project together.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wait, what did they do again?
I can't even remember. I don't care.
It's not in the synopsis. It's not in my mind.
What did they do?
They do work on something together. I just can't remember exactly what it was.
Dog show?
Because that's their part. Yes. They're working on making the dog ugly at the start of the episode.
Right.
Them having a project together. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, where Disney Plus is playing up and it was just playing in black. And
Yeah.
we were like, is this part of the
That
episode?
would have been better to watch it like that.
Probably would have been better.
Yeah.
And then my next through line just says real life and then Iran in capital letters. So I can't even remember exactly what it is. But they mentioned some.
Oh, no, that was a meme I saw. It was of a Lego set of Iran and it was just all rubble and it says pre-built.
Fuck.
Ouchies.
Damn.
All the same color too.
Help. But yeah, it just feels like it's getting way too coincidental. We had like the Pakistan thing a couple of weeks ago, and now we've got them talking about bombing Iran, and it's like, fucking,
Yeah.
does it have to be right now?
Yeah. Yep.
Well, on the brink of World War III, could we not have seen another episode this week?
Yeah. Got a Dorito running the country.
Yeah.
Over there.
It's fucking, you can't not bring it up.
Yeah. All right. I've got 2 reviews. Colin Jacobson. Nah. he isn't in this one, somehow. Robert Canning of IGN. Of IGN gave the episode a 6.5, stating that it was passable and criticized the fact that while many other episodes take funny jokes at LA and Fox Broadcasting Company's expense, the ones in this episode fell flat. Canning also said the guest spots were too wooden and unfunny, although he remarked that he liked the opening acts. How do you give something a 6.5 and then shit on the whole premise of the episode? The jokes fell flat, the characters weren't funny that they brung in for it, and the opening scene was the best.
You know what like a 6 out of 10 implies? It's like a passable. And that it's like...
Well, that's what he said.
Yeah, that it's like adequate, above average even. 5 should be an average.
Yeah.
Not just like...
I'd say...
Yeah, awful. It's
a 2.
It's shit.
Yeah.
Episode was fucking dog shit.
A 2 is like heroic for that.
Yeah. A 2 would, be a very, very generous review. Out of 100.
Yeah. Knowlesy's mum, Sharon Knoll of TV Squad, loved the main plot and C-plot, but said the subplot was too unoriginal and that the Tiger Woods joke was the only successful one. She also criticized the ending.
What Tiger Woods joke?
What C-plot, bro? It's 2 scenes.
Yeah.
The Tiger Woods thing happened when Marge stopped Homer from doing that golf swing that was going to like make him addicted to golf, and you sort of don't see it, but he swings and then they're in a golf cart going off the range, and then they're back in bed together, and Homer says he's the Tiger Woods of sex.
I want to be the Tiger Woods of blowing my own brains out after watching this fucking episode. It's awful.
The Kurt Cobain.
The Kurt Cobain of golf.
Yeah, she also criticized the ending. Too bad the episode ended on a lame joke at Jay Leno's expense. Not that he doesn't deserve it, but I'll bet the animated Rupert Murdoch was the only one laughing.
Are you fucking kidding me? You're going to take a shot at Jay Leno as opposed to Ellen DeGeneres and Simon Cowell, who are also both in the episode and terrible fucking people?
Wasn't the fucking Iran thing in that Jay Leno?
Yes.
I can't remember the context of it still, but
I think that's the person that makes the joke is Jay Leno.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rupert Murdoch says put that on because it's funny or something.
Yeah.
And he's laughing
It also,
Iran being
it also
bombed.
feels like if that is actually Rupert Murdoch.
It was.
Yep.
He voices himself?
He probably just paid for that scene to be like, oil.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense.
I'm a gluttonous fat cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's probably why he is the only person in that scene laughing.
Yeah, but for her to take umbrage with the fact that it's like, oh, Jay Leno makes a bad joke. It's like, really? As opposed to the horrible performance that Simon Cowell gives as not being a fucking actor. Or even on top of that, Ellen DeGeneres, who was actually a respected stand-up comedian back in the day, giving one of the most unfunny performances and delivery of lines that I've ever fucking seen.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, they're all awful.
Kids. Both just off.
No, I'm putting in the lead role.
Like dog shit. Fucking absolutely, probably one of the worst episodes of the of the show.
All right,
that we've watched so far.
You want my review? Yeah. So nobody wanted anything to do with Mo when he wanted a seat, but he says one decent joke and now everyone loves him. Remember at the very start of the episode, there's that, once again, long-ass fucking running joke of he's walked past everybody, like, Agnes, like, burns a chair because she doesn't want him to sit there. And then all of a sudden, he says one slightly funny thing, and then everyone's on his side. Oh, Mo, you're the best. You should do that.
Yeah.
What? That makes zero fucking sense contextually. You really start to realize how much these people are lacking complex characteristics in the later seasons when they're too focused on them for an entire episode, i.e. Mo, Wiggum. Last episode, we saw Otto being played on for his regular traits before removing him from the episode entirely 5 minutes in because 20 minutes of it would have been painful. Becky works as a focus because she's a blank canvas as opposed to constantly trying to expand a one-dimensional character in Mo. A guy getting tased on a billboard is the best joke of the episode.
Yeah.
3 stories at the same time because no one of them is good enough to actually carry an episode, and let's cram another celebrity cameo on top of one that's already bad and make it worse. Pretty much. What the fuck else can you say after that?
I know every pilot in the world.
Yeah.
That was bad.
It sucked.
You should feel bad.
Yeah.
Stop doing that.
Do not watch that episode.
Yeah. And just stop making them about Mo.
Yeah, fuck me.
He's boring.
We see another Mo episode in season 22.
We'll see it in the first 5 episodes, 100%.
God.
There is another Maya episode coming up with Mo.
Fuck's sake.
There's a term. They have like. There's a.
Matt loves root. Keys loves cameras. Everyone's scared when Ned slanders.
Not me.
Everyone beware of Ned slanders.
I haven't had one for a couple of weeks.
Been on a good boy roll.
Yeah, we have.
Actually played that button earlier this episode. What are you talking about?
Something about capris.
I'd said a couple of weeks. Yeah, they've coined a term for that thing, and it's called like Mo-centric or something like that, where they actually talk about that being like a subcategory of Simpsons episodes. These ones that are Mo-centric and it's not specifically centered around Mo. It's the concept of them taking a side character that has one character trait that they've established for 20 years and then trying to expand upon them because they've run out of stories to tell with the family.
Like there was a shit-ass Wiggum episode the other week.
It's the other one that I mentioned, yes.
Wiggum's gay.
Yeah. He does not need to have character traits outside of being a dumb, like, useless cop. There doesn't need to be anything else. He doesn't need to have, like, he doesn't need to be emotionally complex. Neither does Mo. Neither does, like, a lot of these other characters. Somebody like Flanders you can understand to a degree because he sort of is established throughout the series as having those, like, moral quandaries and stuff like that. But Mo's just
There's
made
actually
out.
room to wiggle with, like, Flanders. But
Yes.
So you run into, like, the opposite thing where it's like they've developed that character too much, so they have to strip him back to just catchphrases and make him more one-dimensional, which is like Flanderization.
Yes.
Yep.
Mo-centric. I haven't heard that, but that is actually pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And I can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just characters that did not need to be fully fleshed out, and they just are. Why?
For the sake of, we need an episode.
Yeah.
Let's make Lisa drag her ass around on the fucking lawn for a couple of minutes. That'll do.
We've had her tackling lots of like adult concepts and conundrums in the season 3 episodes. Let's just like take her back to the animal kingdom.
Now she's worried about the dog's emotional problems. Like, make her look like a fuckwit, why don't you?
Yeah.
Anyway, you can find this podcast on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. No Kids 3 Money Podcast at gmail.com if you want to get onto us, and we'll speak to you guys next week.
Real man. You're not mad at me, are you?
So we asked ourselves, who's behind the badge? Police cops? Police cops.
Yeah. Well, see, the thing about that is